Hello students, yesterday we discussed human health and disease, then continuation. So last class we discussed about some infectious diseases, that is bacterial diseases, then some viral diseases also we studied. Apart from this one, few more viral diseases like influenza. What is the common name of this influenza? Commonly it is called as flu fever. Commonly it is called as flu fever and all. Name itself represents the common symptom of the disease, nothing but fever and all. Then all over the body, pains also, it must be occurs and all. Which virus normally causes to the influenza, that is myxovirus. Myxovirus normally causes this influenza. It is severe infectious viral disease and all. Then throughout all body parts, pain as well as fever. If it becomes severe, it may also lead to the pneumonia and as well as bronchitis. Such type of dangerous diseases also, it must be occurs and all. Then there is no any specific vaccine present related to this influenza and all. Then dengue fever, it is also one type of this fever. What type of the virus normally affected this dengue fever and all? Flavivirus and all. Flavivirus causes to the dengue and all. But this specific dengue fever, apart from this fever and all, the back portion of the eye muscles as well as remaining body parts of the muscular pain and the slight joint pains also present. Apart from fever, back portion of the eyes, the muscular pain as well as minor, the particular body pains also, it must be present and all. Normally, this dengue fever, which specific virus causes this one? Flavi and all, but there is one specific vector to infect from infected person to the healthy person and all. What is the name of the vector which transmit this disease and all? That is Aedes mosquito. That female Aedes mosquito. Aedes mosquito, Aedes aegypti. Aedes aegypti, the name of that complete mosquito. This Aedes mosquito transmit dengue fever. Apart from this one, that headache, that body pain, especially backside of the eye pain and all, it must be present and all. But it is very important how it transmit Aedes, that specific dengue fever and all, with the help of Aedes mosquito and all. It acts as a vector. Similarly, chikungunya. What is the name of that virus causes to the chikungunya? Chikungunya, name of the virus, chikungunya virus only. That is chikungunya virus. This virus causes to the chikungunya. The main symptoms, it is also spread, it is also transmitted through Aedes mosquito only. But what is the main symptom? The severe joint pains. The severe joint pains, whomever suffering, that particular person suffering from chikungunya and all. Wherever the joints, the total severe joint pains, apart from this one, fever, headache, remaining also will be present, but the major symptom, that particular joint pain. How it is spread? It is spread Aedes mosquito. It is also seen. The Aedes mosquito only, it acts as a vector to transmit. It is important exam point of view. What type of viral diseases normally transmitted through Aedes mosquito? Then your answer is the dengue as well as chikungunya. But what is the test to confirm dengue fever and all? That is a tourniquet test and all. So wider test regarding related to typhoid and all. Montex test related to that TB and all. Similarly, tourniquet test, it identify regarding related to dengue and all. Then hepatitis. Normally, It is also causes to the different types of virus: hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis D, hepatitis E, hepatitis, such type of different subtypes are present. It is hepatitis A virus as well as B, C, D, E. These particular subtypes of the viruses, it may be causes to this hepatitis. Hepatitis means, already you know, hepatic cells normally it is present into the liver and whenever inflammation of abnormal functioning of the liver and not only entering of virus, but also the person who consume alcohol, the person also dysfunctioning or inflammation of the liver may not be functioning properly and all. So normal, virally also it must be infected, the liver. So normally it infect to the liver, may not be functioning properly and all. Already you know what is the major function of the liver and it helps emulsification of fats. If it is abnormal, automatically the fat that is specific to the particular absorption, the particular digestion, it may not be takes place completely and all. Then this hepatitis A virus, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis D. So normally hepatitis A virus, normally it is present single-stranded RNA virus. All are single-stranded RNA. But except this one, it is a double-stranded DNA. That is very important. So hepatitis B virus, it contains double-stranded DNA. But how it is spread, how it will transmit, how it must be spreading, especially hepatitis A virus, it is spread that fecal as well as oral infection. Then similarly, hepatitis B virus, blood as well as sexual transmission. Similarly, hepatitis C also blood and sexual transmission. Hepatitis D also blood and sexual transmission. That means whomever suffering from hepatitis D or hepatitis C or hepatitis B, such type of blood infected person to healthy person, automatically it transmit. Or without improper protection of sexual contact, it is also spread. Whomever present this one, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis D and all. But hepatitis E, that oral as well as fecal, that transmission, it must be present. But how it must be cured and how it must be controlled, there is a specific vaccination. Hepatitis A vaccine, hepatitis B vaccine, hepatitis C vaccine, D, like that vaccination, it must be controlled by the vaccination. But there is no any specific vaccines present, influenza, dengue as well as chikungunya. But hepatitis, there is one. But AIDS also one type of the fatal viral infection. It is a separate subtopic they have given and all. Apart from this one, corona, recently it will be spread all over the world and all. But latest, how it must be prevent these coronaviruses and all. Normally, the fumigation, normal water, if it boil, in that without adding any type of the chemicals and all. If it is available, eucalyptus you add. If it is not available, no need to add and all. Only normal plain water or clean water, if it boil, that fumigation, that means inhalation of the nostrils, exhalation of the mouth, like that 10 times. Similarly, inhalation of the nostrils, exhalation of the mouth, vice versa. Inhalation of the mouth, exhalation of the nostrils. So, first if you inhale the nostrils, exhale the mouth. Similarly, another time, inhale the mouth, exhale the nostrils. Like that 10 times, at up to 1 month if you do, then it completely controlled such type of the corona. Recently, it is scientifically several thousands of corona patients, it must be cured. It is the one best prevention method, fumigation technique. Very simple, each and every person, it is possibility and all. Then, apart from this one, protozoan. What are the protozoan diseases? What are the common protozoan diseases? Normally it is present malaria, amoebic dysentery, giardiasis, then African sleeping sickness. It is malaria as well as amoebic dysentery, then giardiasis. Apart from this one, African sleeping sickness, and etc. Many other it is also present. But commonly, according to our NCERT textbook, they have given malaria as well as amoebic dysentery. Apart from this one, giardiasis, it is very close, very similar, very equivalent to the dysentery. Then African, name itself present, normally it will be present in African countries and all. African sleeping sickness means that a particular affected person continuously pathogenic, that means a lethargic condition. There is not at all any type of the activeness and all. Complete sleeping mood only throughout the day. That is African sleeping sickness. Which particular protozoan parasite causes to the malaria? That is the Plasmodium. Plasmodium parasite causes malaria. Which specific protozoan parasite causes to the amoebic dysentery? Entamoeba histolytica. That is Entamoeba histolytica. Then Giardiasis, Giardia intestinalis. What is the name of the protozoan parasite which causes to the Giardiasis? It is very close, very similar to the dysentery. What is meant by dysentery? Dysentery means nothing but type of that loose motions and all. That Giardia intestinalis. Then African sleeping sickness. Which protozoan parasite causes African sleeping sickness? Trypanosoma gambians. Normally, Trypanosoma gambians and all. It is normally affect that the specific pathogen enter into the cerebrospinal fluid. That means normally infect to the brain as well as spinal cord. That's why that infected person continuously lethargic mood and all. Then one among these very important in exam point of view, malaria. In 5th century BC onwards, this particular disease is present and all. According to it is, malaria means Italian word. What is the meaning of malaria? Mala means bad, area means air. So in the 5th century BC, the Italian people, they predicted the malaria spread through bad air and all. Later, after 19th century as well as 20th century, then 18th, 19th and 20th century, they identified a clear information regarding related to malaria and all. So normally, malaria, it causes to the not bad air, it causes to one type of protozoan parasite. The name of that protozoan parasite is the Plasmodium. But this particular protozoan parasite is the digenetic parasite. What is meant by digenetic parasite? It complete in its life cycle into the two hosts and all. One is the definite host, another one is the indefinite host. What is meant by definite host? Definite host nothing but female Anopheles mosquito and all. Indefinite host is the human being, either male or female and all. So any parasite or any pathogen, if it complete in its life cycle into the two hosts, such type of these particular parasites we call as digenetic life cycle and all. Digenetic, such type of the parasites and all. That in this Plasmodium, there is a subspecies also is present. Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium malaria, Plasmodium ovale. Such type of 4 sub-particular species also is present. Among these particular species and all, which is the commonly infected to in our country, especially India, there is a Plasmodium vivax and all. So it is the subspecies, that is vivax as well as falciparum, then malaria, then ovale. Plasmodium vivax is the very common type of this virus, common type of protozoan parasite, which are normally causes to the in our country. As well as in Africa, America also it's present, but very commonly present in our country, there is a Plasmodium vivax. So what is the name of that particular disease which causes to the Plasmodium vivax and that is Benign Hcn Malaria. Commonly it is called as Benign Hcn Malaria. Then very dreadful, very dangerous type of regarding related to the malaria. That is malaria means one type. It is also a type of the fever and all. But a recurrent fever. It is not immediate and recurrent. That means once in a 3 days, once in a 2 days, the fever it will come. Again it will come. Throughout the body it becomes sweating. Even though I chill, even though if it covered with the 2 to 3 blankets, that we feel like chill and all. Whomever suffering such type of the malaria and all. Then falciparum, that means malignant tertian malaria. Malignant tertian malaria, that means very dreadful and dangerous and all. It is also present in African as well as American, that tropical as well as the temperate region it is present. Very some of the part of in our country also it must be present, falciparum. So whenever they ask the question, which is the common type of protozoan parasite which causes in our country, if they give options, that Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale and all, then your option will be the Plasmodium vivax. It is a common. Then malaria, Plasmodium malaria, it is also very, some of the part of in our country as well as rest of the world also very less it is present. It is we called as quartan tertian, related to quartan tertian malaria. Then ovale, very very rare, but in Sri Lanka as well as Myanmar, such type of the particular country it is present, ovale and all. In our country very less and all. Ovale, mild tertian malaria, that is common name and all. In this it completes into the two hosts. What is the primary and what is the definite host? Normally it is present. Primary definite host is the female Anopheles mosquito. Anytime the primary host is the female Anopheles mosquito and all. Then secondary host. What is the secondary host? That is the human being. So in primary host, the Plasmodium life cycles, it completes sexual life cycle. So what type of life cycle normally it completes into the female Anopheles mosquito? Sexual life cycle. Sexual life cycle of Plasmodium, it completes inside the female Anopheles mosquito. Vice versa, asexual life cycle of Plasmodium, it completes, that is human beings and all. Asexual life cycle of Plasmodium, it completes related to human beings. Okay, well, what are the incubation period and all? The incubation period of Plasmodium vivax, it is normally 14 days and all. What is the incubation period of falciparum? 12 days is present. Plasmodium malaria, 27 to 30 days and all. What is meant by Plasmodium ovale and all? It is 14 days and all. These are the incubation period. In this one, okay, how it must be spread? What is the vector which transmit malaria? What is the name of that particular mosquito which transmit, which act as the specific type of this malaria? It transmitted from infected person to the healthy person and with the help of female Anopheles mosquito act as a chief vector or chief transmitter, transmitting agent from infected person to healthy person and all. Then apart from this one, which specific stage of Plasmodium, listen very carefully, which specific stage of Plasmodium ready to, that means which specific stage of Plasmodium, the infective stage, which specific infective stage of Plasmodium, it spread or it transmit from infected person to the healthy person through female Anopheles mosquito. Then your answer will be the sporozoid. What is the infective stage of the Plasmodium? From, that is very important, from mosquito to human being. From mosquito to human being, you write the answer is the sporozoid. Then similarly, from human being to mosquito, which is specific stage of that particular Plasmodium stage, it is spread from infected human being to the mosquito, that is nothing but regarding related to gametocytes. Gametocytes, it is spread from infected person to the mosquito. So more commonly, in exam point of view, they must ask the question, which infective stage of the plasmodium it is spread from infected person to the healthy person through Anopheles mosquito, that is the sporozoid, sickle-shaped sporozoids and all. Then schizogony, that means multiple fission, that different stages it will be present and all. So after entering of sporozoids, after 30 minutes, after entering of the blood, after 30 minutes it enter into the liver and all. In liver means without, that means particular epithelial cells which are present into the liver, there it will be attacking and all. That's why without RBC, the life cycle which completes inside the liver, that is we call as a pre-erythrocytic cycle and all. That is what we call as pre-erythrocytic cycle. That is a pre-erythrocytic cycle. In this pre-erythrocytic cycle, what are the stages? Sporozoids. It is the sickle shape. These sporozoids, with the help of schizogony means multiple fission. After multiple fission, it converts, it multiples regarding related to, it forms into the cryptoschizoids. That means it increases in its size and all while eating of that specific epithelial tissues which are present inside the liver and all. Cryptoschizoids. That cryptoschizoids to the, it converts into the cryptomerozoids. It converts cryptomerozoids. That is very important. Sporozoids, cryptoschizoids, then cryptomerozoids. Sporozoids is the sickle shape, cryptoschizoid is the round shape and all. Then cryptomerozoids related to spindle shape and all. But it may not complete from sporozoids to the cryptomerozoids and all. Then again cryptomerozoids, secondary infection to the new liver cells and all. Secondary infection. After secondary infection, then again it forms into the cryptoschizoids as well as metacryptomerozoids and all. So multiple time it invade new type of the liver cells and all. To complete in its life cycle, it takes place 7 to 17 days and all. It completes 7 to 17 days. Who are the scientists explained about pre-erythrocytic cycle? Short and Garnham. Who are the name of these scientists? Short and Garnham. Short and Garnham scientists explained about pre-erythrocytic cycle it infected. Then it enter with the help of veinlets and then enter into the RBC and all. That is erythrocytic cycle. Erythrocytic cycle. In secondary infection, that means metacryptomerozoids. That is metacryptomerozoids. Where it enter into the RBC. After entering of metacryptomerozoids inside the RBC, then what happened? In this RBC, that specifically, it pushes and it formation of maximum amount of vacuole. Due to formation of the vacuole, it pushes the specific type of the nucleus separately and all. Whatever the nucleus which is present, the specific type of the plasmodium parasitic stage and all. Why? Because RBC there is no nucleus present in human body. That's why due to presence of metacryptomerozoids, whatever the nucleus present inside this one, due to formation of large vacuole, it pushes one specific pyramid. That particular round shape of this one we call as, that is trophozoid. That is a ring-like shape and all, trophozoids and all. Then after this one, another shape will be formed, amoebic shape and all. That is amoebic shape. Then amoebic shape to the schizoid. Then it forms into the schizoid to the merozoites. That is very important. Here, cryptomerozoid. Whenever the term crypto, that crypto specific terminology, normally that particular stage of plasmodium, it completes inside the liver only. Without a crypto, that particular P and R, that is merozoites, that is regarding related to the RBC only. So while entering of shy joint specific stage and then inside the regarding related to the blue, yellow as well as brown color granule containing of hemojoin, it is present and all. Yellow as well as brown hemojoin, that specific granules present. In this, these granules gradually enter into the merozoites. Whenever reach to the merozoites, then RBC cells will be ruptured. Human RBC cells will be ruptured. Rupturing of RBC, it releases hemozoin toxin and all. Whenever releasing of hemozoin toxin, whenever it is, why? Because recurrently each and every RBC it releases 12 to 24 merozoites are releasing and all. Whenever releasing, that means once in a 48 hours, immediately high chill with fever as well as headache. Maximum chill with fever, there is a common and all. That is hemozoin. That is a toxic material and all. Then this specific chill with fever, then here inside this one specific dots also they identified one scientist. That is the Schaffner's dots and all. That is Schaffner's dots. Inside this, the yellow-brown hemojoin granules, it releases from merozoites one type of the chemical toxic substance, that is the hemozyme. Whenever released, recurrently releasing, that means rupturing of RBC after releasing of hemozyme, high chill with fever along with headache and all. Then there Schaffner scientist identified specific dots, that is the Schaffner's dots. So what is the test? If it is present as Schaffner's dots, then what type of plasmodium parasite normally present in that one? There is a plasmodium vivax and all. It identifies Schaffner's dots. Then falciparum. In falciparum, Murer's dots. Falciparum, that is Murer's dots is present. In malaria, it will be present Gemens. That Gemens dots, it is James dots and all. In differently, it will be present regarding related to specific granules and all, that specific toxic material, then appropriate to that particular symptom. Then after these merozoites, after it converts into the gametocytes. Merozoites, it converts into the, here only merozoites, then gametocytes. But unequal mitotic division it takes place. And the unequal means one is the macro, that means the mega gametocyte, it acts as a female gametocyte. Another one is the micro as well as the minute, that means motile, that is regarding related to the male gametocyte. So erythrocytic cycle, otherwise we call it as the Golgi cycle. The name of this scientist who identified erythrocytic cycle, Golgi and all. In that specific period of time, it completes in its life cycle, it takes place within 2 days, that means 48 hours. Within 48 hours, it completes erythrocytic cycle. Pre-erythrocytic cycle, 7 to 17 days and all. Then, in this specific period of time, whenever the female Anopheles mosquito, it bites infected human being and all, then automatically the gametocytes enter into the female Anopheles mosquito and all. In this, the Ross cycle, that is we call as the Ross cycle, that means the sexual life cycle and all. Regarding related to sexual cycle, otherwise we call as Ronald Ross identified that specific cycle, and that's why in 1902, that's why he got Nobel Prize and all. Whomever identified that a specific particular stages which are present in plasmodium and all. Whenever female Anopheles mosquito, if it bites, gametocytes enter into the female Anopheles mosquito in their stomach along with the blood and blood cells, everything it will be degenerate. Only gametocyte will be living and inside the particular alimentary canal, the male as well as female gametocytes, male and female gametocytes, it will be fusion. There is anisogametes. It will be fusion and formation of zygote, then ookinete. Then it forms into the ookinete. Ookinete means little bit motile stage and then the wall of that particular mosquito, it will be. Then due to rapid that particular mitotic cell division and then this ookinete after multiplication it converts into the sporozoites. Sporozoites, it will be present into the salivary glands and it will be complete within a week and for completion of this particular one, he got double phase and then what is the medication? There is no vaccine present. What is the medication to control this malaria and quinine medicine is there to control this one. The Cinchona officinalis, one particular plant, there it extracted quinine medicine to take to control. But without this one, there is a prevention method to control the population of mosquito, automatically to control the population, to control this specific type of the diseases and not only this one, dengue, chikungunya also to control, if you control the population of mosquito. How to control the population of mosquito? There are different methods by using of mosquito nets or mosquito coils or jets or regarding related to without a particular type of the fishes, rearing of the fishes like Gambusia as well as panchaks. Why? Because on stagnant water there only laying of the eggs of the mosquitoes and all. If you rearing of Gambusia, it eats larvae of mosquitoes and all. The best method by using of mosquito nets as well as in our windows as well as door meshes without entering of the mosquitoes. Why? Because if it bites then only it will be spread. Or by spraying, if it is present stagnant water, sewage water without flowing and then to spray DDT, difluorophenox tetracycline and all. That is also. So malaria, how to control by controlling of mosquito population. Either natural method by using of that particular Gambusia fishes as well as mosquito nets, mosquito coils, all these one. Then what is the medication? That is the quinine and all. But here very important, what is the specific stage? It infective stage, it transmitted stage. From infected person to the healthy person with the help of the mosquito and all. That is the sporozoite stage and all. Okay? So after completion of malarial disease, then amoebic dysentery. This is the mechanical, the specific type of the vectors. That is the houseflies and all. But it is a monogenetic parasite and all. It may not contain two parasites. That means two hosts and all. Only single host. It completes in its life cycle only human being and all. But where it lives? It lives into the large intestine. It lives into the large intestine and all. How it infect from infected person to the healthy person, contaminated food and water. So by taking off contaminated food and water, then there are specific two stages are present. What are the two stages? Normally it is present and so one is the magna stage, another one is the minuta stage and all. There are two stages, that is magna as well as minuta. Which among these stages is the infective stage and all? So how malaria we said, what is the infective stage? Sporozoite. And similarly, which specific stage is the infective stage? Magna stage. It is only active stage. It is only pathogenic stage. It must be causes disease and all. So it is non-pathogenic stage and all. So which is the pathogenic stage of amoebic dysentery? That means entamoeba histolytica. That is the magna stage. What is the other name of magna stage and trophozoite? Otherwise we call it as a trophozoite and all. In this magna, where it lives while taking off contaminated food and water in the mucosa, submucosa of large intestine. So it lives mucosa and submucosa of large intestine. But minuta, elicist stage, it is That means without formation of any cyst formation and all. Normally it lives into the lumen. The lumen part of that large intestine and all. So whenever it will be present, what is the infective stage? Whenever they give question, what is the infective stage of entamoeba histolytica? Then you write that magna or adult and this trophozoite stage only. Then, but what is the infective stage? Infective part and tetranucleated stage and all. Tetranucleated, that means quadrinucleated stage and all, by contaminated food and water. So whenever active stage in the sense magna stage, whenever magna active stage and what type of food material it must be taking inside the host and it takes RBC, mucosa, submucosa which are present in large intestine. If it is present continuously, it may be causes ulcer. Then minuta encyst. Then afterwards, it is also formation of cyst formation. While growth and development and cyst formation, then binary fission, again it will be separated like magna, minuta, like this specific stage and in this specific, what are the symptoms? What is the specific symptoms normally present in this amoebic dysentery and that is, it is also related to the stools, that is the blood stools. That means mucus containing blood stools. That is also on type of the diarrhea. Apart from this one, if it is severe, it may be causes ulcer inside that specific type of the intestine and all. So if you avoid that contaminated food and water, if you take a very hygienic, healthy food and water, it never get any type of such type of disease and all. Then unhygienic, contaminated food as well as vegetables, then automatically it is spread from infected area to the healthy persons and all. Then automatically that blood stools, apart from this one, fever, headache, that is also it will be present, ulcer, if it is present severe and all. Then automatically it spread from one person to another person. Okay, up to this one, very important, listen, you remember carefully, remaining discuss in next class.